Hello and welcome to my Sadie Jean interview. I'm so excited for everyone to hear this. Now, I must admit, when I actually did the interview and finished it up and got off the call, I kind of cringed at myself because I was a bit like, I don't know, I didn't really know how to feel because Sadie is such a great kind of like artist, a real thinker, and a lot of the time through the interview she kind of looked at me. It felt like she was looking at me like I was a little bit crazy, and I am a little tiny bit crazy, but I really kind of like, I didn't know how to feel after I'd finished because I was like, I've literally just sat down with such a talent, and it kind of takes you back sometimes because you're kind of like, wow, like, I don't really know how to take that. Like, did I, ask the right things? Did I, utilize that time to the best that I could? Did I get the most out of it that I could possibly get? And then watching it back, like re-editing and watching it back, she's so well kind of like put together in what she says and how she conducts herself and how she acts. And that's so great to see. It's just, it takes a real talent to do that, to sit across from somebody and really kind of like analyze them in real time. And it's kind of what I try and do, but I don't I'm not as good as Sadie. And she said so much without really saying a lot. And I think that was, kind of seen in her pauses and how she kind of acted and how she conducted herself. And she just did it so well. It really felt like I was sitting across from someone who was really kind of had a lot of power. And it was such a great feeling to see someone just, kind of in their element, doing so well. And I asked her whether she enjoyed, this kind of part of the industry and, talking to people. And she said she loves it, and really enjoys, getting to learn a lot from people. And both on and off the camera, she was just so well put together. And it was just brilliant. It just flowed so naturally. And it was to the point where I didn't really know what I was worrying about when I got off the call. And yeah, she just really had a way. It's really weird because at the start of the interview, I tell her that she's a very interesting person. And when I did it live at the time, it kind of sounded to me, as soon as I said it, it sounded sarcastic. Now, that was not my intention. I was not being sarcastic because she is a really interesting person, because she's kind of one of those figures that's had kind of like this almost overnight success on a platform that we're only kind of still nowadays, musicians are still kind of getting used to. And yeah, it sounded really sarcastic and I felt really bad at the time. I was like, oh my God, she's going to think I'm really mean. But then when I watched it back, it doesn't sound so sarcastic. But I genuinely meant that. And it kind of bamboozled her and it kind of seemed to throw her off because she was like, why do you think I'm interesting, But she is so interesting because she's so young for an artist in terms of an artist's age. She's my age. And I myself can't imagine living with that kind of fame and that kind of level of being known. So I really can't imagine how she feels. And I really tried to convey that through the interview. And it was almost like, not that she was kind of like shrugging it off, but it was kind of like, it had sunk in, but it kind of hadn't sunk in. And it really sunk in on my side, who I was talking to. I felt the power and I felt, that kind of vibe. But I don't know. I don't know whether it's sunk in with her, but she really has a presence about her. And I think that's why she's done so well so quickly, like looking back and looking at what she's done so far. And I think it's just something that I haven't seen just yet. And it's kind of like not really a maturity, but definitely a kind of switched on vibe. Do you know what I mean? And it's very hard to put into words. It's very hard to describe, but she definitely has something. She's switched on. And yeah, it's such an interesting interview because, yeah, as I say, you've just got to detect those kind of Sadie-isms, because she's just a real character and a real great artist, a perfectionist. And yeah, I think it's a very interesting interview. So I really, really hope that you enjoy it. Oh,
Hi.
hello. Is that Sadie?
Yes, it is. What's up?
Hello, Sadie Jean. Oh, it is so good to see you. It's so good to see you. How are you doing?
It's so good to see you. I'm so good. How are you?
Hello, I'm not too bad, thank you. I'm not too bad. I've got so much stuff to ask you, so much interesting stuff to go through. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm excited. You're so
I'm excited.
interesting person. Like you're so interesting. Like it's so like
Really?
I don't think I've had like and well, I mean I've spoke to like lots of artists, right? But for you, it's like you're so young, but you've done so much in such like a short period of time. It's amazing. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I
Thank
absolutely
you.
love it. But yeah, how's your day going? Are you okay? How's everything been going today?
Yeah, so good. My day's just starting, so this is a really
Oh,
fun way to start my day.
cool,
What about
cool.
you?
I'm about it. I'm about it. Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of an up and down day. I've been locked out of Spotify. They banned me. They banned me out of Spotify today.
Why?
Well,
What do you do?
my fault. But yeah, I'm hoping that they're gonna let me back in so I can be, back in the group. But aside from that, I'm ready to get started whenever you are.
Oh, yeah,
Banging.
I'm ready, whenever.
Okay. So like a lot of your songs, Sadie, are really, really like personal. There's a lot of personal stuff coming through the music, and a lot of it for you is lived experience, right? Is it difficult sharing that kind of like lived experience through the music that you're putting out there because it is so personal?
Yeah, it's the weirdest feeling ever to put out a song that's super personal, just because like anyone can hear it, especially like the person it's about, which is kind of scary. But it's also like really healing and really therapeutic in a way that I've never experienced before. So I don't know, like a give and take type of thing, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, I get you. And it does look like my camera's going crazy. If you see that, I don't
I
know
was
what was
like, what's
going
going
on there.
on?
I'm sorry if that distracted you then, Sadie. It looks like it went
No,
mental.
you're
But yeah, I
good.
mean, exactly what you said. And do you feel like nervous sometimes with like dropping music and kind of like committing to it and being like, okay, I've got to drop this song, I've got to drop this promotion. I hope everything's going okay with it and it's gonna do well. Do you
Mhm.
get nervous about that?
Yeah, because I'm definitely such a perfectionist, and I mean I've only released like 4 songs or something like in 2 years, which is just a great display of my perfectionism and indecisiveness, and just also like nervousness about is this song the right song? So I just like wait and wait, and I'm getting better at it now. But like it is so scary because it's like for me it's like the most important thing. It's like the songs that I'm gonna put out. Because it feels like such a representation of me. So I definitely get in my head about it, but I'm actually getting better now at like releasing music faster, which is nice.
Yeah. And you seem to have like such a great support network around you, like in all the
Hmm.
videos, on Instagram, social media, everything. You're always surrounded by so many what look to be like wonderful people that are always there.
Oh,
You've got such a
yes.
wonderful like support network. It's so good to see.
Yeah, no, it's so nice.
Everyone's kind of showed up for you as you've got bigger and bigger and bigger. Everyone's kind of showed up and are there and present. How does that feel for you?
Hmm.
Is that special to have?
It is really special. Yeah, it's a great feeling for sure. And I also like I just moved to LA, which is exciting. I mean, I'm in Toronto right now, but um recently moved to LA, and like it's just nice having like a good group of friends there, which is so important. So I'm definitely feeling grateful for my support system because especially in music, it's hard to find really genuine, good people, I feel like. So I'm super lucky.
Yeah, it is really difficult. It's difficult to know who is genuine, being a genuine supporter and who is really there for the music and really understanding it. It's a really
Hmm.
hard line, I think. On all kinds of our industry, on this side, on the promotions, all kinds of, and just the people that are close to you as well. You never really know how to take things, but it's so good and it's been so good to see and it
Hmm.
really comes across for us. I feel like it's something we need to do a bit more of in the UK because a lot of the artists here are really independent and they kind of just do their own thing and
Hmm.
go for it on their own and there isn't really that sense of kind of like community. I feel like we're moving towards that, but especially in America
Hmm.
with you guys really know how to work together and bounce off each other. You really do.
Yeah, I'm super grateful for my support system for sure.
And I was watching the behind the scenes stuff and like the behind the scenes videos, and you did like a little MTV Cribs type thing,
Yeah.
which I thought was
Yeah,
amazing.
I did.
That was amazing.
I'm so happy you watched that.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much, to kind of like unpack there, and it's so good to see like a comedic side and see you have fun, have fun creating the
Oh.
videos and have fun delving back into the past. And it seems like you really
Hmm.
had an idea of where you wanted to be when you were younger. How does that
Hmm.
feel now? Because you're literally like pretty much there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's kind of wild. It just, it's so weird to like want the same thing consecutively for so many years, for like as long as I can remember. And to like be on tour right now, it's just literally like in that video, I'm writing songs about like I I just want to be on stage. So I've been manifesting this for like my whole life, which is crazy. And so it's a good feeling, but also I it's hard to like wrap my head around how do you process something like that? It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, you have so many listeners now, and I don't know. I can't see sitting here, I can't imagine what it's like. We're in completely different positions, right? So, how do you deal with something like that? How do you deal with knowing that there is that many people out there and there's kind of now that expectation. It must be really difficult to balance in your head.
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely after the first song came out, what do you do now? I freaked out for like a year. Just a year, like 10 months straight. I was like, what is going on? How like because I wasn't used to anyone listening to me sing or anyone hearing my songs. So to go from that to like a good amount of people hearing such a personal song, it definitely rattled me. So I spent like 10 months just frozen, like not knowing what to do. And then I kind of just like decided to look at the good in it and like it's just cool that like people just like my songs and people are really nice. Like the people who listen to my music are so nice and no one's gonna be like mad at me for like releasing a song that's different or anything. I don't know, it's just really scared. It's really scary to have like pressure on you, but now I'm just like, this is so sick that people want to listen to my songs. I'm so lucky and definitely just want to do more of it.
Yeah, and I mean, see, this is what I meant when we first joined the call, and I said you were so interested because your your journey so far has been kind of untoward because you kind of blew up overnight. And this is what I mean when I say that it's been so much to deal with because a lot of artists they kind of it takes a bit longer, but for you, you really hit the ground running. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
it was such like an overnight success thing. And a lot of people they kind of panicked, don't know what to do. But you really, really held your ground and really, really, released some really strong releases since then. And
Thank you.
again, you're giving people what they want, and it's so relatable and it's so easy to listen to. And again, it's so personal. But yeah, you've just
Thank
done
you.
so well with it. So, so well. It's so good to see.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Thanks. Yeah, I try.
yeah, but it really comes through, and it's been so good to kind of sit here and kind of watch you grow, and just see you develop as an artist and as a performer, and watch you move forward because you have been doing this for a while. You've been doing this since you were like, really small,
Yeah.
with all the songwriting and everything. It's so good to see it though be put out there into the world.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I mean, it's weird to think as an artist because you are so early on musically in terms of like a music career. You are really, really early on. Where do you think you're going to be in, say, 10 years' time? Do you think that your music is going to evolve? Do you think you're going to evolve as a person? And where do you think you're going to be?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see myself. It's kind of hard. Like I'm not a very long-term thinker, but I'm sure my music will be evolved. I'm sure I'll still be doing this, hopefully. In my perfect world, I'd still be like touring and I really want to win a Grammy. That's like my big bucket list thing. So hopefully in 10 years I'll have done that. But yeah, I definitely just want to still be living the dream and doing music as much as I can. So I don't know. We'll see though. You never really know.
Yeah, it's very strange to think about because one of these days, Sadie, we're going to be in the house coats, we're going to be in the slippers, probably walking cane, but it's like you never know where you're going to be and what's going to happen. And it's like, can you imagine still, kind of being in the vibe, being in the creative vibe and still going? It's like, I don't know. I don't know whether I can imagine it. You know what I mean? Like for me, I don't know because we're very close in age. We've got very close birthdays. I saw that and I was like, oh my
Oh,
God,
really?
we've got very
What's your
close birthdays.
birthday?
I'm the 6th of June,
Oh, we are
2002.
close.
2002. So we're
Oh yeah, 2002.
yeah, so
Me
we're
too.
we're like we're in the same, we're in the same kind of like area.
Yeah,
So
wow.
it's weird to think
Fun.
about where are we gonna be in like 30 years time? Like what's gonna happen? But it's exciting
I
though.
know that is weird.
And it's
Yeah.
very exciting for your listeners to kind of be thinking about that. And another thing I was going to ask in terms of like your music, do you think we're going to see like physical releases? Is that something that you're interested in doing, like vinyl? You are
Oh my gosh.
you fit the vibe. I'd love to have a little Sadie
I'd
Jean,
love
I mean, you know what I mean? It'd be amazing.
I would love that. I'm gonna like ask about that next meeting I have with the team. I really want to do that. Like that's such a that would kind of feel like an I made it moment if I had like a physical, yeah, that'd be sick. I'm gonna try and do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you should. You should. Because it's such a like personal touch, and your songs are so personal. It would go hand in
Hmm.
hand. It'd be amazing to see, amazing to have. And that's just one side of the industry. Another side of the industry is this side, talking to people, doing interviews. Is this something that you've enjoyed? Because it can be really difficult. You never know who you're gonna get on the other end of the phone. You never know what's gonna happen, what's gonna be asked. And I suppose it's important to
Hmm.
think about. What do you think about this? Have you enjoyed it? Has it been hard?
I do enjoy it. Yeah, I've never been asked that though, which is kind of interesting, but I feel like at first I was not good at it, and so it was harder to enjoy it, but now it just like it's gotten easier just with practice as everything does. And I think it's so fun to just talk to new people. And I also feel like I learn more about myself through answering questions about myself. So that's always nice too.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to have the reflection, and it'll be weird because, maybe like in time you'll look back at this and be like, oh my God, I was there, and I was doing
Mm,
this, and not just with this interview, but with other interviews you did. They serve as really great kind of like timestamps. I think,
yeah,
'cause,
true.
a year from now you might be in a completely different position. Who knows? So it's really weird, and it's
Hmm.
really, that
Yeah, true.
reflection aspect. It's very
Yeah, it
interesting
is
to look at.
cool. Yeah, it's like a time capsule.
Yeah. Uh,
True.
and it's it's difficult because you're getting like perceived, and again it's dealing with that in your head and dealing with the kind of
Hmm.
reaction. And I don't know, they're very interesting. It's a very interesting concept, but I love it because we get to see, exactly what's going on. It's fun. I
Hmm.
love it.
Yeah, I agree. It
But
is really
yeah.
fun.
And again, it's that aspect of, dealing with everything and kind of staying motivated because, Sadie, you're a really creative person, right? And it's very easy to get burnt out and it's very easy to kind of no, it's difficult to be in that creative mindset all the time. How do you deal with that? How do you keep going? How do you stay motivated making music, doing the videos and just,
Hmm.
being you, being so creative?
I definitely think it's so important to just, for me, I need like a lot of breaks because I do get easily burned out with writing sessions. So like past few months, I've not really been doing writing sessions. I've just kind of been, I mean, like I've done a few with people that I'm like excited about, or I'll just like write by myself. And I think it's helped the song's quality a lot. So yeah, it's just really important to not overdo it because you can't force creativity. Um, so I'm like, yeah, it's been really nice to just give myself. I mean, I'm on tour, so that also is like why I'm not in sessions, but um it's nice to be like a normal person and like do just normal person things. Because a music career is like so weird. It's like made up. It's fake. It's not a real like to like it's just so weird to call it like a job to go write a song. So I've been trying to like take it less seriously, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get what you mean. I completely understand. I get you. It's very surreal. It's very weird. It's a very
hmm
weird position to be in. But you've handled it so well. You've done so well as such a young artist, especially. Do you have any advice for kind of younger artists out there just starting? Especially women in the industry. It can be
hmm
really, really difficult to break through and get noticed in a very male-dominated
hmm
industry. Do you have any advice?
Totally. I don't even know if I'm like qualified to give advice, but I feel like the thing that helped me the most and like still helps me the most is reminding myself to be like as authentic as possible and like true to myself as possible because no one else can do that. I mean, no one else can like be you. So, gotta use it to your advantage.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it looks like my camera's going crazy again. Oh, that is such great advice. I don't know whether it's the connection. I don't know what it is. I look like I'm going crazy. Oh well. I'll edit it. Oh, there we go. I'm back.
Cool.
Sorry about that. Sorry, Sadie. I don't want to throw you off.
No, you're good.
Yeah, that is sound advice. That is brilliant advice. Because it is a very tough industry to navigate, and it is very, very tough. And you are oh, I don't know what's the word. You are qualified to give advice because you have done so well. And I mean, you've done so well in such a short period of time, and you will carry on doing well because you've got, when you can just tell someone's got it and they've got the business head and they've got the creative head, you've just got it. You've got it, Sadie.
Oh,
And
thank
honestly.
you.
What's going on in the future, though? Is there any exciting dates that you can tell us? Maybe when new music's come in. Is there any dates you want to throw out there of when we can expect some stuff?
I don't have a date, but I am currently like mixing and finishing my first EP, which is exciting. So that should be coming out soon, like really soon, hopefully. And yeah, hopefully, I don't know when does this come out, this interview, you
Oh,
know?
that's a very good question. That's the million-dollar
Because
question, Sadie.
because maybe it'll be out. Maybe it'll be out by the time this is out. Who
Maybe,
knows, honestly.
maybe.
But yeah, that's what I'm working on, and I'm really excited about it. It's like my favorite songs of mine. So I'm really, really excited.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a lot of people out there excited for what you're gonna do next, Sadie. 16 was a brilliant single, and yeah, you're just doing so well lately. It's so good to see. And stay open as well because it's been lovely seeing you so open on socials, on YouTube, those little deep dives,
hmm
those, behind the scenes. It's great to see from an artist like yourself be so personal with her fans and so relatable. Stay like that because it's so good to,
Oh,
honestly,
yay.
it really, really.
Thank you. Yeah, that means a lot. I definitely will.
Yeah, good. And then kind of wrapping up now, this is my final question. And this is a question I ask everyone. It's probably the toughest of the lot, but I love asking it because it's a great reflective question. Very basic, but great
Okay.
for reflection, right? What would you say has been your proudest moment so far?
Oh my gosh. Huh. Just in my like life or like my career?
It can be anything, anything like a special moment to you, big or small, anything that really stands out, and you're like, you know what? I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud I did that. I'm really proud that happened.
Hmm. I feel like I feel like right like telling my friends that I could sing. It's like a really specific memory for me, but I was so scared and it was like the first step for me in pursuing music publicly because I had to just tell my friends. I was so weird about it. I would purposefully sing bad in front of my friends growing up, and like I was so weird because I thought it was so embarrassing. And I like sophomore year of high school, like grade 10, I was like, I just have to tell them. And so I sent them a video of me doing like a cover. And it was this like scariest thing I've ever done. So I feel like I was really proud of myself, because it was my first time like putting myself out there. But I don't know. I have a lot of proud moments, but that was like my first in music, like my first time being really brave.
Oh, Sadie, I love that. I love it. See, that's a wonderful moment. And it's just wonderful to hear you say that. It's so personal and just so lovely. And it's just so lovely for us, sitting here watching you grow and continue to grow and with all the exciting things coming in the future. And it's just been so wonderful having you. And I'm just, thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
time. And
Thank you so much for your time.
but
This was
yeah,
awesome.
your answers were so brilliant. Honestly, you did so well. And stay confident as well. Stay confident with the music you're producing. It's brilliant. It's really good.
Thank you.
So yeah, keep on going and
Thank you.
keep it going. It's brilliant.
You too. You keep going. You're
But yeah,
killing it.